to be the change you want to see. Yeah, it's a lot of negativity that be going around, but the problem is, how do you course correct? How do you pivot? How do you change the game? And the way you change the game is by simply doing this. You got to be more aggressive than they are. No. I'm not talking about arguing with folks, but it's about supporting and unapologetically supporting what you stand for. Right now, the Cleveland Browns got new young players. Why is it that people can have the right and they feel comfortable telling you Quinshon Judkins didn't have no good year? What? You notice this, right? It's time out for even our people that perform to the highest nth degree. We still always got a but caveat to it. It's always, yeah, Myles Garrett is great. However, this. First and foremost, we should have been like, you can't even, see, back in the day, you couldn't even really put, people was uncomfortable to come outside saying something crazy about one of the big dogs. There's levels to this. You can't just be mentioning so-and-so's name. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't even be able to mention Myles Garrett's name. There's certain people that you can't even talk about. That's why I be looking around and they be mad at Prime. Reason you mad at Prime is because you can't say nothing to that man. You not better than him than nothing. What you talking about? You don't look better than him. You don't dress better than him. You ain't got the bag. You ain't got the athletic skills. You ain't got the inspiration. You ain't got the covering. You ain't got the anointing. You don't got none of that. So what do? You run around here and you sneak this. Think about it. Why every time? Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying on this. They be telling you, we like good ball players. We like great ball players. If the Browns were good, if they were good, then we wouldn't say X, Y, and Z about them. Really? Is Carson Schlesinger just done Defensive Rookie of the Year? How often do you hear about that? Are there any documentaries? Has anybody followed them? Where are the interviews on your platform? Let me ask, hey, listen, we got 2 radio homes of the Browns. Where's the Carson Schlesinger interviews? Where they at? Where's all the posts about Carson Schlesinger? There is none, because the reality is they don't care about that. See, this generation is different. They're all about capitalizing. It ain't about shedding light on nobody and winning no games. That's what we get into. Let me ask you a question. How is it that Quinshon Judkins can be the only offensive threat carrying the offense when Dylan Gabriel was playing? They couldn't even score. No off season, nothing. He didn't have an off season. He came right off the street, came in, and was their best weapon. We get to the end of the season, and we got people trying to downgrade his performance, talk about he was pretty good. Says who, bro? Says who? How you know this dude had 1,000 all-purpose yards with no camp? He goes out there and gets hurt, breaks his leg. Soon as he off the field for a week, out of sight, out of mind. Let's talk more fantasy numbers. Oh, he wasn't that good. You know what? The problem is this. If you're not a Browns fan, if you're not with the Browns, stop telling me what you think. I don't care. Oh, whoa-wee. If the Browns not your number one squad, I don't listen, because watch this. If your favorite team is another team, how often do I talk about them? You tell me the blog where G. Bush spent an hour talking about the Eagles, the Giants, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Bengals. Where are the G. Bush blogs doing? Where are the, you're not going to see me. Where's my Joe Burrow blogs? Where's my Josh Allen blog? Because I don't got none. So why would I let you sit up here while your team reap the benefits, but you get spicy on my team? No, my good sir. We need to be on the offensive, not the defensive. Offense, not defense. Shall we go? Let's take a look at it. You say, well, let me see. Let's get to the receipts. Let's talk about it. Let me see. This is another one in the world terms of let's throw names out. And here's the crazy part about it. I got love for Louis Riddick. I got love for it. Louis Riddick floats a wild trade idea for the Browns to boost their draft capital that could come at a cost of their defensive star. With the Browns holding the 6th and 24th pick, there's another way that they can accumulate more picks. I think that's by entertaining a year too late trade of Myles Garrett. I think that's something that has to be on the table once again. As good as Myles has been, they still haven't been able to win with him. They haven't been able to put up anything in terms of ultimate team success. There's plenty of reasons for Myles wanting to go and move on, and the Browns would grant him that wish, which they weren't willing to do a year ago. Cleveland could get a boatload for him. They probably need it, because the picks that they have now still aren't enough given all the needs they have. What are we talking about? See, this is the point. I'm really not trying to hear none of that. Why are you trying to tell me that you gonna trade your best? When you say franchise player, he's on the Mount Rushmore. He's on the Mount Rushmore of pass rushers. He's on the Mount Rushmore of Cleveland Browns all-time greats. And yet and still, our media gives people opportunities to come in and make comments like that because they think that there ain't nobody over here that know football understand it, and the Cleveland Browns are the dumbest organization in the world, and they're pushovers. See, they look at us like we corny. They look at us as the little kid that we can bully and move out the way. We can say anything we want to about the Cleveland Browns. Y'all don't got that same level of say what you want against these other teams. And I'm tired of people coming on our airwaves, big upping all these other teams. Bro, you do radio in another city. Stop telling me what the Browns should be doing and what you think. You go cover your team in Josh Allen, who ain't won nothing. Oh, did I say it? You go cover them Bengals and Joe Burrow down the state, who we just beat on the last game. Cover them boys. Go cover the Vikings with J.J. McCarthy and him not doing nothing. Stop coming up over here with these harebrained schemes talking about what we should be talking about. Because yes, you are a TL Care 2011. You think you're smarter than everybody. You want the Cleveland Browns to be perpetually stupid because guess what? Negativity sells. See, what'll happen is if the Browns continue to be silly and continue to be bad, nobody will ever know that you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to football. Nobody will ever pick up on that you don't even watch the games. Nobody will pick up on you don't really be talking to nobody, and you're not really interested in seeing the Browns win. Because all you need to do is roll out of the bed and say, the Browns are bad, 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 bad. We're really bad. We're really bad. Dumpster fire, dumpster fire, dumpster fire, dumpster fire, dumpster fire. Yay! Cornballs. These dudes. These guys. Talk to them on Twitter. Oh, look. Another talking piece who doesn't understand ramification of cap hits. If anyone you would have thought Lewis would have not fallen into this clickbait BS. Guess there's a reason he hasn't become a GM in the league at this point. Anyone who talks about or thinks about trading Myles Garrett this year is a certified moron. And anything they say after that should be instantly disregarded. Unreal that people don't understand why this can't happen. They float this stuff on you. They float this out here because it's the Browns. Yeah, the Browns, they'll never, these guys, they won't catch on. Yeah, it's the Browns. We'll throw that out there. Everybody know the Browns ain't paying no attention. I know it's not going to happen, but we're just going to say it. I mean, what's the downside? We'll just say it. We'll just talk about it. It's one of them things, people. However, what you need to be doing, as I thought about this, is when you got to go on offense. And what do you mean by go on offense? What do you mean go on offense? We got to start big upping, and we got to start creating content. We got to start being on social media that not only defends the crazy stuff that people say. Instead of defending that, we need to be active. You got to be active in showing, man, listen, here's this throw Shedeur Sanders just dropped this dime. That was crazy. Oh, man, I can't wait till the draft come around because I need Cardinal Tate. Cardinal Tate and Shedeur are going to be crazy. Can you imagine when Quinshon Judkins get back? Just a little something to let you know what we doing. Hey, listen, here's what it is for this offensive line. I got 3, 4, 5. I got 5 examples of how you can rebuild this offensive line. Man, I'm looking forward to next year. Evan Bush, we got to re-sign him. And if we, these picks 6 and 24, we right around the corner. We need to be doing this. Speaking of, let me get in my bag. We need to be doing this. See, this is Rand Carthon. He talked about it. What did he talk about? He talked about exactly where he sees the Cleveland Browns. And there are a lot of people out there that are like this, and this is just one of the sprinkled examples.
Joe Bitonio's headed towards retirement. I would have talks with Wyatt Teller and Ethan Posick about bringing them back. The way Harold Fannin has played, it made Njoku expendable. Devin Bush has been a solid player. Shelby's older, but he's been a veteran presence for him. We do have to have a conversation about Jack Conklin. He's only played 8 games this year in 2025, and he's never played a full season as a Cleveland Brown. You're going to have to draft wide receiver 1. Why would you want to commit north of $20 million?
Yeah. Is there a quarterback to be had at pick 4?
I don't know that there will be as it currently stands. Are we going to be able to protect this guy? Are we going to be able to surround him with players, and what is that going to look like? If they can match 2025 success with the 10 picks of 2026, I'll say they are a year away from being a playoff team.
That's big. That's going on the offense. That's going on the offense. Here's what I think. Here's what I'm looking at. Here's what the business is. But they get you on this line of thought. G. Bush, let's wake up tomorrow. G. Bush, let's wake up tomorrow and ask me, hey, Malik Willis, is Shedeur better than him today? Kyler Murray, is Shedeur Sanders today going to get more wins than Kyler Murray? G. Bush, Mac Jones, would Mac Jones give him the best chance to win? G. Bush, if Shedeur, and if they redrafted the draft, would Shedeur Sanders come in the top 10? G. Bush, hypothetically, in 5 years, which one of these quarterbacks is going to be the... Listen, first of all, I'm going to put the decree out here. Let me just tell you something. Stop asking me hypotheticals. I feel like you're trying to be funny. Stop asking me hypotheticals. I'm not going to waste the next 6 months of the offseason answering boring hypotheticals because you bored. Let me just make it very clear and plain. Please run back to tape. I believe Shedeur Sanders can play. I believe Shedeur Sanders can be a franchise quarterback. I believe Shedeur Sanders has a lot of improvement to do, but he also has a lot of things that I am intrigued by and I feel can be something in this football league that the Browns can build around. I also believe the Cleveland Browns need to do a good job of getting some pieces and parts around him and doing exactly what Andrew Berry said they were going to do and making sure that this offense works and getting a good look at him by having pieces and parts around him. Stop asking me about Kyler Murray, Malik Willis, Marcus Mariota, Kirk Cousins, Anthony Richardson. This is not musical chair, pick a quarterback, then compare week. I'm telling you what I think. Stop asking me about it. Stop telling me about it. Stop questioning. Stop insinuating. The reality of the situation, there is nothing you're going to say to me based on my work that I've done in watching film, based on my opportunity to see somebody play, based on what my football IQ and acumen says and my experience level. I believe he can play. If you don't believe it, you stand on it. Stop asking me about it because it's not going to change. It's not going to change between now and whenever because there ain't no games to be had. So here's the game we're not going to play. Stop asking me about who better than Shedeur Sanders when you know good and well you don't got the money to go get nobody. You don't even like these guys. You know these guys ain't no good, but you're playing. I'm starting to think you're trying to be funny on the slide. Asking me, Kyler. Don't doggone Kyler Murray. We're talking about getting ready and getting people together around what the Browns is trying to do. We talk about Kyler Murray. And let's be clear. Here's a problem. Here's a problem not got. Don't let these folks fool you. Don't let these folks fool you. They ain't got no love. This is all a group. Like, you know how rappers will say, you know how rappers will say, these is industry dudes. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you this. They'll be like, man, these industry rappers is corny. This is industry stuff. They really, actually, to be truthful, let me just put it all out there. They don't got no allegiance to nobody. Ain't no allegiance. Think about this. If you break the all-time NFL sack record and people still float the idea of trading a person who just broke one of the most prestigious records of all time and you want him traded, that's insane. It's insane. But let me show you how I can prove that it ain't about performance. I can prove it. Watch this. I can prove it. So Myles Garrett broke the sack record. He also just signed a new contract, and trying to trade him this early in his contract would be a catastrophic cap hit to the point they couldn't field the team. But they still throw it out there, not because it would make the team better, not because it's a good idea. It's because it generates interest. It don't even have to be truthful. So get that. All right, there's one scenario. Just last week, just not Myles Garrett. Like, we can continue to keep pushing. It's not just Myles Garrett. It ain't. It's every week. There is another move. It's another move. Everybody, it's week after week. Last week, it was Denzel Ward. At 29 years old, Ward may not be as an elite as he once was, but it's still a solid corner with years left to give. Hey, that's a cliche. You sound like you don't know football. It sounds like you was in the cafeteria when everybody was playing football. You play club soccer. What are you talking about? The problem is money. He lists Ward as a 32.9 cap hit in 2026 and a $20 million savings. So let me get this right. So now it was Myles Garrett, get rid of him because you need picks. Denzel Ward, get rid of him because, you need cap space? Okay. Well, let me just show you that even the cap space that you would generate, which there is none, by the way, because of the cap penalties, that you would get, you are going to erase because you want to get rid of Deshaun Watson for an $80 million loss. So let me get this right. You got a cap hit for getting rid of Watson of 80. You got another cap hit for trading one of your best corners in Denzel Ward. And you also have a massive cap hit for trading the best defensive player in the world. Make it make sense. Oh, by the way, just to show you, they also want to trade Dylan Gabriel, who they wasted a third-round pick on, just because he proved that he wasn't good, like we told you he wasn't. So he got to go too. So now we get rid of people for picks, for mythical cap space, or because it just looks bad that you thought he could play, so we'll get rid of him. Okay, cool. Let's continue to move on. So, hold on. Well, is Deshaun Watson doing anything? Is Deshaun Watson want to do anything? No, he hasn't done anything. He's just living his life. But y'all don't really like that either. Let's talk about it.
Every time I get on a panel, every time I go somewhere, people tell me, you know what, G. Bush, you can't have him in the building. We don't want no Deshaun building. We can't think of it. We can't even see his face. Just get rid of him. Get him out of here. We don't need him in the building. We need guys that's concentrating. Listen, under no circumstances can you bring him back. Well, he had surgery. He's on a boat somewhere eating pasta. And I get, G. Bush, he's supposed to be dialed in with his teammates. Why ain't he on the sideline? He's over here while everybody's fighting to get scrap and get wins in the facility. He's sitting here having a nerve to have a meal with his wife. The nerve of this guy. Y'all guys, listen. When I grew up, men was not jealous of other men.
Period. So you want him gone too. Did he do anything? No, he got to go. So when they come to you and tell you the lie, it's a bold-faced lie, by the way, that the only reason that they give Shedeur Sanders a problem, the only reason that they give Shedeur a problem is because of his supporters and they don't think he's good. Liars. You wanted Myles Garrett gone. Why? Because he asked for a trade and he got a bag? You wanted Denzel Ward gone. Why? Well, we need cap space, even though you ain't getting none. You continue to want these things to happen. It ain't about Shedeur Sanders. And I had to realize there is no incentive for them to they don't like the Browns. They just cover them. It's just a job. And I was fooled into thinking that that was not the case. I was fooled into thinking that these individuals had a vested interest in seeing the Cleveland Browns be the best that they can be. They wanted to see them win. They got excitement out of them. They got excitement. No, it's just a job. It's the same way people punch the clock in 9 to 5 and they come in, do their job and do the bare minimum and go home. We done worked in places all over the world. It just happens to be in a job. So when these articles and these things come out, why would I think that you could understand what I'm talking about if you and I have never seen eye to eye? We don't have the same compass. We don't got the same compass. We don't got the same background. We don't have the same passions. We don't have the same knowledge base. How could I ever think, and so naively to think, this was more than a job? It's not. And that is why, boys and girls, You just have to be unapologetic. I'm not apologizing for me wanting the Cleveland Browns to be good, because I'm from here. Entrenched. I ain't packed my bags nowhere. When I woke up, I said, I'm only covering one team. I got out of broadcasting school. They said, you're going to have to go to Texas. You're going to have to go to California. You're going to have to go to Florida. You're going to have to go to Colorado. You're going to have to go to Wyoming, New Mexico. And guess what I told them? Under no circumstances, no disrespect, I can't do no radio and pick. This is what I do. This is where I'm going to be. If I ain't going to make it here, I ain't making it nowhere. If I can't rap and do what I want here, I ain't doing it nowhere else. So when we sitting here talking from now on, I challenge you. I challenge you. Instead of walking around debunking, trying to ask people and they letting them run around with the Kyler Murray conversation and the Malik Willis and what do you think with this? And I'm going to tell them, y'all, listen, you say what you want to. I already done told you what I thought. I already told you. So why you keep asking me that question? I told you what I told you. And guess what? We all going to get an opportunity to see if I was right or wrong. But it ain't going to change right now. Because really, to be honest with you, it's not even about Shador saying this is about the overall Cleveland Browns effect. If this is new Cleveland, we need a new generation of soldiers. I'm looking for a few people. If they ain't going to do it, man, I might as well do it. I'm looking for a couple of dudes. Hey, listen. Yeah, who are you talking to? I'm talking to everybody. Ain't nobody exempt. Ain't nobody exempt. I don't know why people, no, listen, I don't got to say no names. Ain't nobody exempt. Like, I don't have to be, I don't get, like, there ain't no, I don't need to mince no words because I think I eloquently put it out. The reason I'm invested is because I'm from here, bro. And I've been doing this. I've been doing this for years. We've been going back and forth. But I need a couple of folks. I need a couple of people. See, when 2026, I said 2025, we came alive. 2026, we ain't going to miss. We've been playing defense too long, 2-3 zone, 3-2 zone, 1-3-1 trap, boxing one. We've been on the defense too long. We looking for a couple of dudes that's ready to start getting this momentum moving. We building the arc right now. Everybody went around laughing. You know that's what happened before, right? You know that's what happened before. Because, by the way, I'm just going to ask anybody. I'm just ask you. Any person who talks about this thing, who was 1,000%? And I ain't going to say it was me. They got hit me with the intro, yeah, this is going to happen. It was stuff that I was saying that I didn't even hardly believe. I had to check myself. What you mean, Lord? What you mean? I can't tell him that. I ain't even seen it yet. He said, look, you see what it is. You see what it is. When Noah built that ark, you know what's funny? When Noah built that ark, it was 90 degrees, hot as heck outside. People walking around looking at his boat. Look at this fool. Look at this fool over here. Look at Noah. Noah over here with this ark. You know Noah ain't got Noah fool, bro. He got his woman out there. He got his family out there slaving, collecting animals on up. At first, he's just hammering away. Hey, what you building, Noah? I'm building a boat. It's about to rain. They're like, bro, you could have took that wood and timber. You could have built you a new house and extension. This dude, he wasting money. They come back a couple months later. What you doing, Noah? Building me a boat. Why you gathering these animals up? You got to gather all these little animals up over here. What you talking about? Don't worry about it. Kept going. And it's still hot outside. See, sometimes that's when it happens. Your progress is made in a desert. Your progress is made when you're thirsty, you're dry, and you ain't got nothing left. Your progress was made in the times of famine. By the time he got that ark together, by the time he got all them animals together, no sooner than he got them done, you know what it is? Them rain clouds started brewing. Look, hey, we got a low pressure system coming on in from the west. Clouds get to rumbling. Now all of a sudden, them same people that was walking by in the desert laughing, like this fool over here, they talking to each other. Maybe we might want to go talk to Noah. He might know. I ain't seen no rain clouds like this. But guess what? Some people, when the first drops came down, they were still in denial. When the first thunder cloud came and it's raining for a few hours, it's sprinkling, they said, oh, that's nothing. I don't see anything in that. I don't see nothing. You guys are prisoner of the moment. You guys are drinking the Kool-Aid. It's just a regular storm. Then this rain didn't stop. One day turned into two turned into three. Now the river water high. Them same folks creeping right on over to Noah's little thing, but this time it's a little harder to get to the boat now because everything done washed away. It's raining. Knocking on that door. Noah! Hey, big dog. You know I always did like you and your family. You always knew you was a pillar of the community. You always knew. You know, me and you always saw eye to eye. Come on and let me in real quick. No answer. See, right now, people knocking in this industry, no answer. Them doors is shut up. Them doors is closed, double reinforced, because we sitting in a bunker ready for the storm. Little did you know, it keep raining and keep raining. And now even the staunchest of detractors, not the strongest detractors, you know what they got to do? Now their wife is telling them, Bobby, listen, I don't care what's happening. The water is coming in. The roof is collapsing. The winds are raising. We're losing our livestock. We got 2 young kids. I need you to go down there to the ark, and you need to beg Noah and tell him you were wrong. You tell him you were wrong. I'm not going to do that, Susan. How would I look? She said, looks don't matter. We'll all be dead in 35 days if it don't. That water get to raising. Now it's more people knocking on the door. Noah! Those pleas start turning to cries. Them, can you get me in here starts turning to desperation. I think we're starting to see desperation coming. So what you need to do is while you building your ark and you building what you need, you building what you gonna get to, build your ark and be offensive. Don't be waiting for, don't let somebody's negativity move your actions to the way you need to go. I'm gonna build my ark no matter what y'all saying. We'll catch y'all when them waters is high. Because by the way, I told you last year in 2025, it's a storm brewing. It's a new wave. It's a new tropical storm, and it's not have to be with physical. It's the mental approach. It's the spiritual approach, and it's about to take over. And when it take over, some of y'all gonna be outside in the rain. Some of y'all gonna be in the rain. Get your cattle together. Get your boats together because hedging them bets right now. It's a lot of y'all hedging them bets. It's a lot of y'all hedging them bets out there. You know what? I think Shador good, but I gotta do Mendoza though too. I think Shador all right, but throw another name out because what they gonna say? What they gonna say if it ain't right? Why would you bank it all on that? What you gonna say if it ain't right? Just letting you know. I'm just saying. You never know when G. Bush might show up, radio, television, or internet. But if you want the fresh cut on sports, you gotta watch it as I keep the Clippers. Have a great rest of your evening. And as always, you know what it is. Even though they be hating, go. And by the way, we're gonna end it in a new way. Hashtag New Browns.